So
this call is now being recorded.
thank you. So looking onto the screen, we are on Binance. Yes, top left corner, you can see there the logo is for Binance. And so today, when you are to check onto your system, there's this burger menu button here. This button, burger menu. So when you click here, you'll get more information about notifications and so forth. So it's always good to check there the latest updates, for instance. So now when you check on the screen, what was announced today, the 15th May 2024, is that new spot trading pairs were introduced. So what you can simply do when you click there, you'll get information about those pairs, for instance. Now, you can see that we have so many pairs according to the exchanges, what was listed under Binance, HTX, Bybit, and then KuCoin here. So you then are able to go onto these exchanges. If you are linked to all of them, just go and then upload this pairs so that they reflect on your homepage, business partners. Meaning that if you don't go to your homepage, which is where I'm going, just through the return button or the back arrow on the top left corner. So what will happen is this: if you do not include or add these coins, newly added coins, onto the list, for instance, here, this is spot, all this, what you see at the bottom, all these coins, if, say, for instance, new coins have been introduced to the platform and you don't come to this positive sign, you click to that plus sign, and then it will take you to coin management page. When you click there on coin management page, you will then, by default, it's always on optional. So optional simply means that these are coins that are not going to be appearing on your homepage. Let's say, for instance, you only want to trade the top 3 coins globally, say BTC, ETH, and BNB, for instance. If you want to trade those coins and you don't want to be involved into other smaller projects or cryptocurrencies, then what you will do is you will let all these coins remain under optional, but on the spot, you'll have only 3, for instance. I'm just giving an example of which this is what I don't recommend this, because we are traders, we are not hodlers as such. So always have exposure to everything that is happening in the crypto space, because that will always give you some hint with regards to what is happening in our space. And even when you go online, whether it be on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or the websites on the social media platforms of the cryptocurrencies, for instance, you'll even get more information by simply looking into your home pairs on RoyalQ. Now, what you will do then is you click on spot. We're trading spot. Although we do have futures, that's where now you'll realize real losses instead of just floating losses, for instance, when markets go against you and so forth, because you are entering into a contract, believing that in the next, or in futures, like you go into a trade now, if you believe that a market it's going to pump, then you go long, so already you've entered into a contract. So if the market goes up indeed, pumping, so to speak, then you start incurring profits. You start seeing some profits accumulating on your position. However, if you are going long, that is, you are buying. And if you are buying and then the market falls, so what will happen is the percentage the market is following with, the return rate percentage, it means it's going to be a real loss to the point whereby if you don't put a stop loss, for instance, that will keep on increasing, and you may even end up blowing your account and so forth. But yeah, that's futures. We are not into this for now. So we want people to first master spot, and then you can go into futures yourself when you're confident with trading, for instance. Yeah, like those who have done Forex will understand futures even much better. So now, on the side of spot, once you click on spot, you will go to the bottom here. You see all. When you check that box, you tick that, and then add will also be activated, and you click add at the bottom right. And then all those coins that would have been selected, for instance, are going to be added onto your spot market, and then you will see that on the home page. When we go to home page just now, you will see that by default, okay, we already are here. We already are on the spot market, and then we are under USDT. Then it means a USDT pairs, and so you are able to then see the coins that we have added appearing here on your home page. All these coins will be there, even the newly added coins. What I normally do, even before, mostly, even when I didn't read announcements, I'm just in the habit of always double checking if there be new coins or not. And I've seen that mostly I get new coins listed, and then I just make them appear so that when I check here, I'm able to see all these coins that are performing better, and even those that have fallen the most, and so forth. So that is what is happening. So at the moment, business partners, this is trading. Someone, is it in Canada? Yes, was interested in people yesterday and said, no, I want to trade this and so forth. So now I'm sure they are happy. They entered this particular trade yesterday. I was reluctant actually when they mentioned it, but look now, it's doing so well. So they are smiling wherever they are. So now that is just to show you that doors are open to all of us. You can trade any of the coins that you see here, but obviously pay attention to how much you're participating with, for instance. So always get proper guidance also from your sponsor, taking into consideration your capital and so forth. Because if a coin, business partners, can pump like this, 49%, you see the value, that is the price of that coin, is just 5 cents there. If it can pump 49% like that, it can also dump 30%, 45%, or even more than this. We've seen coins that go minus 50, minus 60, minus 80, 70, 90% in the dip. Such happens also. So as a result, it is what it is. It's trading, and you will be exposing your capital according to the markets you are trading, and so that you stay in the business of continuing to collect profits, so that you don't stay long in a position without profits being collected. Because the sooner profits are taken, the better, because you are able to do what? Accumulate your portfolio or your account equity. So now let's check what is it that we can do trading any of the coins that we see here. Or you can click on change, just for you to have a view of those that have done the most and those that have fallen the most. You can click on change here. When you click on change, you can say business partners, it has up and down arrows. It means in sequence, you will see those that have done the most, and then those that actually fell a lot. You will see accordingly on the system here. You'll see green or red percentages. Green in this case, it means this is bullish. This is appreciation. It means growth of the asset. And then when you see red, it simply means depreciation. It means the price or prices were falling in those pairs. So it's just as simple as that. This is all about buying and selling. You buy at a certain price and you will sell at a higher price. That is what is happening. So now, if the market falls, we buy even much more so that we sell also in profit because we would have accumulated the quantity. So now I clicked on the change, and then we see coins that have done that have been going down, even though you can see percentages are not huge in the red, because earlier before we I think started recording, you have seen on CoinMarketCap that the crypto markets actually pumped by just above 5%. You know, so this is something very good. We haven't seen this kind of growth in the crypto markets for like it's almost I can say 2 months, almost 2 months now, where we haven't seen that percentage. You know, so now look at this. Click coming back to. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand it. This coin that shows -9%, it was actually on top. Earlier today, this particular coin was leading the pairs that are in the green, for instance. And that's the thing. You see, it's important in trading to take profit, because a coin like People that we saw has done a lot, almost around 50% or so down. And it's possible in the next coming maybe 3 hours or so, or even lesser, we can see it having a bigger percentage down. You know, it's possible for such. Although it will not be appearing in the red, there will be reduction from 50% maybe to 40, and then 30, 20, and gradually it will get into the red, and then you'll see it listed here also. Now, let's click at the bottom, look at the strategy page. Now, strategy page already, you can see that TAO, it's trading, and then it's in the green, and simply because we are traders and we are on the system, for instance, we are here, we are looking at a trade. You can simply take profit, for instance, if you so wish, for instance. When I normally say to people, when the return rate is more than when the return rate here it's more than 0, it's at least 0.3%. You see, when you see something of this nature, 0.3% here, you can scalp actually. Although you can scalp even when it's like this, but the chances for the market to fall and for this position to go into negative while a manual sell is being placed by the system, it's very high. And it doesn't mean if you actually triggered the sell while it was around 0.3%, there will be no negative occurrence. No, it can happen. So you also pay attention to how fast the market is moving up and down and so forth. Volatility, the price action can also guide you if you need to scalp or you need to hold on a bit and wait at least for bigger percentage. Because on this particular position, I've just clicked on it, you can see that 5 margin calls are already taken. The purpose of this actually is just to scalp, because if you are to check, you will see that it is on one shot. I'm clicking on it to open it. You can see here, this is one shot, is a strategy period. It means once the percentage that I desire, it's taken. And then on this particular one is 5%. I made 5% simply because I'm busy with other things, for instance. If this position goes into 5%, I want the robot to collect and close, and then we'll just look into taking another coin as it happens. Mostly, I like to increase the position amount when I know that I'm available to scalp, because a lot of coins really, you don't know how they may perform from time to time. So if you want to expose a lot of money, the best thing is be there to also move it out and always have your USDT to respond to future trades, for instance, as it happens. That is when you want to maximize your profits. Now, looking at this, at the bottom, I want to show you the take profit percentage. You can see the take profit ratio is 5. That is 5. So we have 5% here. And I think I might have paused or closed the margin calls. Let's check if, no, margin calls here are not switched off. So it means call number 5, it's in, although it's in the green, this particular position. Call number, it means there's still call number 6. Call number 6 will be the next one to come in. How do I know that? I know that because already at the top right corner here, numbers of call margin, we have 5. So there is call number 6 that will come after this. But what is it waiting for? It's waiting for a certain percentage downwards to happen. And then the robot is going to buy again, increasing the position amount and also increasing the quantity, because it will be buying at a cheaper price level based on the reduction that has been put there. So I will show you that here it is. Now, you know that the next call to be taken by the board is call number 6, and it is waiting for margin call drop 2%. This is what is happening. It means after 2%, when you see minus 2% on the return rate, what will happen is that the robot is going to place call number 6. And this percentage, you can always edit it. If you feel like this market is like beginning to fall and you feel like maybe it's going to fall harder or so, you can change that even to 6%, for instance. You can change it to 6%, or any percentage that you desire based on your evaluation or assessment of what you feel with regards to what is happening in the markets. So now, that 2%, let me show you where you will see it nicely. It is on margin configuration. We're looking at just the strategy details there. So when you go to trade setting, it means where the parameters are. You click there at the bottom left, and then you're going to see trade setting page. That is where we are at now. On the trade setting page, we have manually create. Manually create business partners. It means you are creating these settings yourself. You are creating them yourself. However, it's an option that is available. You can either trade here. You can either trade here with Smart Create. And then if you are to follow Smart Create, you will not need to go through the hassle of placing parameters, going through the calculations and all those. You will not need to do that yourself, because Smart Create, by default, the settings have been already provided for you, in advance by RoyalQ. And then these parameters I will show you now, they require, the minimum they require, if you are to follow what is set here, although you can always tweak them, you can edit them also to accommodate your capital accordingly. However, what is set here, minimum is 3,060. Yes, $3,060. That's what, including the first buying amount. Imagine one coin being traded with $3,060, and then you will not need to go through manual side. And then let me click on the Smart Create. I've just clicked there now on the Smart Create, and then I will show you what happens under Smart Create, and you'll understand how awesome this is. And when you have that $3,060, you can trade one coin and then hands-free, and the system will be just running for you. And you are also able to change to make some changes to accommodate a bigger capital, for instance. But let me go to the bottom part of this page a little bit, and then you will see what we're talking about. Can you see that we have multiples here? We have multiples, and then it means every call that is going to be taken on your margin configuration, from the first call to the last call, they have 7 in total. Can you see here? We have 7. 7 is the number of margin call limits, which is maximum positions. It means first call, second call, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the 7th. And as the market falls, the robot is going to be buying for you up to 7 times. These are the number of positions. And then, so this number of positions will be executed according to the multiples of 2. You can change that to maybe to 3 or maybe 2.5, and the robot is going to apply everything accordingly for you. But now I want to show you the parameters here. These are the parameters. I'm going to click on show, and they will show us these parameters according to this number of positions, which is 7 here. Very, very important. And you can also enter your own, just that is to edit, for instance, what the RoyalQ has already provided for you there. Let's quickly click at the bottom right to see the parameters, and then I'll slide upwards. You can see the first buying amount is 12, and then multiples, we have 2 there. And then let me just go up, and then so that we see everything, business partners. So I'll let someone please to participate with us here. Can you say first call? First call, after the first buying amount of $12, first buying amount, first buy-in, okay, I can put B and A there. Oh, actually, I'm even doing this. Let me just quickly put it like this. This is our first buy-in amount. Always have this in mind. That is $12 in this case. And remember, you can also edit that. You can adjust it. Maybe you can make it 15 or you can make it 20. Obviously, it must be according to your capital. So now what is happening here, business partners, the parameters that you see here from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and the 7th, they will be moving according to the multiples of 2, 2, 2. And then the capital for this is 3,060. Somebody will help me with calculations on the other side. So if we can do it together, or okay, or I will do the calculations here. You can maybe okay, I will do calculations on my side so that we all calculate this together, and you have an idea of what happens with Smart Create. So can you say a call after first buying amount of $12 has gone into the market? Let's say maybe you're trading Bitcoin, or let's say people, for instance, because it's the one that is pumping today, you know, and then it has gone into the market. And when your return rate, when the market drops by 3.5%, the robot is going to buy no longer with just $12, but it's going to buy with how much? With $12 times 2, it is 24. That's what will be happening. So it means your position now will be having $36. It's going to be your position amount, and with some more money there. So that's what happens there. Call number 1 is going to be $24. And then if the market goes up, if the market goes up instead of falling, if the market pumps, what will happen is that the robot is going to collect profit. The robot is going to collect profit of how much? Of the whole warehouse take profit ratio. That is take profit percentage for the first buying amount and for the first call that would have been taken. You know, the market would have pumped, for instance, and then a profit will be taken. And if this is on cycle, okay, when you trade with this strategy, it should be on cycle, you know, so that there's opportunity for all these other calls to be placed. Listen. So now what will happen is, if the market drops, if the market drops instead of rising, if the market goes down, if the market falls instead of rising, for instance. So what will happen now here is if it falls by 4%, for instance, call number 2 is going to be placed. But remember, these are multiples of 2. 24 times 2 gives us 48. So the board is going to put $48 into this. That's what will be happening. So, and if the market rises, the robot is going to collect profit and the cycle will start again. And this is just repeated continuously. Buying and selling, buying and selling. If the market pumps, profits are captured. If the market dumps, and then the robot places another call. So now for the third call to be taken, it will be 48 times 2, and it will give you 96. Now you know that when you check on the numbers of margin call on the top right corner of your transaction page, you will see that you have 3 numbers of call margins there, and that will be $96. And then 96 times 2 will give you that 192 again, and that will happen after the market has gone down by 5.2%. And that's what will be happening through and through. So now you can see that the figures become bigger and bigger as the market goes down, and this is just multiples of 2. And then look for call number 5. After 8% down, the robot will be multiplying 192 USDT by 2, and then it gives us $384. Can you see that? That is where your money is going, and then accumulating more quantity for you as the reduction in the value of asset happens. Like that is the decline. Look at this. Now, after the asset you are holding has depreciated by 10%, while call number 5 is being held by the robot because you are in a floating loss, what will happen is that the robot will place now 178, which is the previous call multiplied by 2. The USDT value then 768 now, $768. And the last call will happen after 12% down. And you will see this method of trading will bring your return rate or your average price so much closer to the market price or to the current price, meaning that your return rate also is not going to be huge. The percentage of your return rate will be smaller. Now, when you are to look at this, imagine 10% down, you bought with $768, and then now 7th call, it's triggered, and $1,536 is now placed into the asset that you are trading, and that is the maximum calls fired according to the system of RoyalQ Smart Create. This is Smart Create for you. And then now that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've been actually capturing these amounts at the bottom. I mean, on my notepad. So I want to check and calculate this with your business partners so that we look at it together for you to know currently the smallest amount you will need to have if you were to take or make use of the parameters set by RoyalQ. So now, remember the first buying amount that the robot is going to open a trade with, it's going to be $12. Now, let's start. We have $12. It has gone into the market. Let's say you are trading Bitcoin. $12 has gone into the market, for instance. And then call number 1, that is the first call, it's going to be $24. And then second call is going to be 48. And then the third one is going to be 96. And then call number, the fourth is going to be 192. I've just captured them according to what we saw there. And then the fifth one is going to be 384. And then the sixth call is going to be 768. And then the seventh call, which is the last, is going to be 1,536. So now you can see, business partners, that you have a capital of, or the required amount of USDT, which is 360. This is USDT. That is the amount of money that you will need to tether there to trade one coin with Smart Create. And then that is multiples of 2. So we are able to even set it up in such a way that it will run through. We're going to apply the same settings for Smart Create, but we're going to enter according to a signature strategy, where the first call to the fifth call is going to go into the market faster, so that from call number 6, then are the settings of what you see on the Smart Create, for instance. So, but you'll understand this when you start using this method of trading. Now, look, let's change multiples now. Let's change multiples and just go here. If you are to change this to 3, for instance, look at what will happen to your requirement. Check this out. When you change multiples, can you see that when you use multiples of 3, the figure becomes huge? I will not even go into calculations. Look at the last call. Call number 7 will require 26,244 United States dollars, worth of crypto. Imagine that is tethered there. So it is what it is. It's trading. The bigger your capital, the better. So it takes money to make serious money. So yeah, that's it. And that is under Smart Create. So I just wanted to show you that. But now what I would like us to do is quickly, before we stop this recording, to go into what I wanted to show you earlier with the settings, that when you want to see that where these parameters are at, just for a moment, please. Earlier, before we switch to Smart Create, we spoke of this percentage here, margin call drop. That this margin call drop, it's for position number 6. Maximum, we have 7. You can have more than 7 years, and everything will be according to your capital. So now, this 2% is for call number 6, and then you're going to easily see it here. We are the ones who placed it, and there is just a summary. So I clicked on trade setting at the bottom left there, and then I go to margin configuration. When you go to margin configuration here, you will still see that 2% there. That shows you what will happen when 2% is hit. And here we go. Here we go. And I'm surprised that this is 2% here. That 2% that you saw of margin call drop, this is where we are at. And then call number 5 is already taken. And then now we're waiting for call number 6. And these settings, we have to change them. We have to increase these amounts. And now I understand this was placed because of a lot of money was held by a certain coin. Now that coin came out in profit, so there's more money available to trade. If you look at those parameters, it shows you that the robot was just putting 1 times, and that is not good. You have to increase the multiples at the bottom. That you have to increase them at least, yes, first to the 4th, even to the 5th, you can make 1 times, but at the bottom there's 6, 7 going up, because those we are trading sub-bin mode real-time settlement, they will come out in profit individually. So you can also maximize that opportunity by increasing the multiples. So we're going to do it together, but I wanted to do it on the settings so that it appears, so that I don't always have to come and edit it. But if you want to edit the existing strategy, you can do that by still clicking on margin configuration, and we can make call number, because call number 6 is just coming with after 2% down, which is easily achievable, I would rather put 2 here, and then down there I can put 4, you know, which is called number 7. 7 here can buy 4 times. So, and then this is one shot. So yeah, that's it. So now when you check the budget for this particular trade, in this case, it's going to be the first buying amount plus, first buying amount is $12, and we have another one here from 1st to the 5th is 5 of them. We have 5 of $12 here. And then, you know, we also have, oh, I beg your pardon, sorry for that. Oh, I thought do not disturb was on. I can't believe this. So, sorry for that. There is sorry for that. To my surprise, do not disturb was on, but okay. I'll have to look at my settings. Okay. So now what we are doing, business partners, we're looking at adding up all the positions so that you know the budget or the capital, what the capital is going to be for this one. So the first buying amount plus the first 5, and then it means we have 12. I mean, we have 6 of $12, and then we also have 2 plus 4 is another 6. You see, 2 plus this 4 here, it's another 6 of what? Of the first buying amounts. First buying amount, $12. $12. So you just have to calculate them according to this multiple buy-in ratio. You see, a ratio is the number of times. You see, times meaning multiplication. You know, $12 multiplied by. So I think that is better. You know, by the first buying amount. So that's what is happening. So if you see 1, it means $12 times 1 is $12. You know, so that's how actually I was calculating the way I did. But now we have $12 in total multiplied by 12 times, you know. So this is what now we're going to work it out, and then you know the budget for your strategy, you know. So already you can see it's going to be 144. So okay, let's quickly use a calculator. We have $12 that would be multiplied by 12 times because of our multiple buy-in ratio. So the capital for this particular strategy is going to be 144. So now it means we are scalping with 144 here. That is the budget that you need to prepare for this when you are trading a coin, for instance. That is just what is happening there. And then it's one shot. So I would like to perhaps stop the recording here, and then we can have a Q&A session, and so that if we need to upload this, we are able to do it. I hope it will help someone understand certain things about our method of trading the way we do. So if you have a question, please feel free to ask.